welcome back to Worldbobaandcoffee, Take 5. Today, it's Sunday. We have a great guest and a friend, Mr. Adrian Esparza. Welcome.
Thanks a lot, Ruben.
Oh, it's good to see you, man.
It's great to see you. Great place. I encourage everybody out there to come hang out at Worldbobaandcoffee.
Well, something that you all don't know is that my father used to fix his mom's car, and that's how we met. And then my father would say, hey, come here, there's this young guy who plays guitar. He's amazing. And we kind of knew each other from that. Yeah, it's your first time here, so welcome. You got, what, Vietnamese, I think? A Vietnamese slow pour?
Vietnamese slow pour. It's awesome.
Gotta get the sponsorship in there. Okay, so let's talk about a couple things. Let's go way back.
Let's go way back.
What got you started loving to play the guitar?
Loving to play music. I'm basically got really involved in music, interested as a child in the 70s when there was this thing, AM radio. I would stay up late. I used to, my tío lived with us. My tío was only a couple of years older than me. He was in high school. And I was very interested in bands like Led Zeppelin, Earth, Wind and Fire, Aerosmith, Donna Summer, KC and the Sunshine Band, all the 70s music that would come out on the Midnight Special.
And we met up in Los Angeles when my band was playing in LA and you were playing it was, if I remember, it was Sacred Heart.
Sacred Heart. Ruben was playing drums for the Street Boys.
Yeah.
They had a show at the Whiskey A Go-Go on Sunset Boulevard. And we were all there hanging out for Ruben's show with Sammy and Nacho Tinajero.
Yes.
And Mark and Ruben.
Yeah.
And we all were there with our mutual friend Tito La Riva, who people know was from
El
Dusk to
Paso.
Dawn,
Yeah.
leader of the Cruzados, and Tito and Tarantula.
And went to Jefferson High School, by the way.
And that's right, you went to Jeff, man. I went to Burgess.
Yeah.
We met up there in LA and we said, oh wow, Ruben Ramos.
And then we would go see him play, but there was a Palomino, Club Lingerie, Club Coconut Teaser, the Whiskey, all those places. Your drummer is from El Paso, I should say.
Shout out Danny Saucedo, owner of Calavera Bread Company right here in El Paso.
Oh, see, keeping it local. That's cool.
It's all about local here at World.
Yeah, but I just remember that we were in LA and just somehow we
crossed paths again.
I thought that was kind of cool. Okay, so you played LA, everything went good. You decided to come home?
Decided fate threw me some curveballs, so I had to come home. And I've been here ever since, re-enrolled at UTEP, having a day job like everybody else. But I appear somewhere here definitely every week.
You're being humble. But apparently he was on a TV show. My niece actually knew who he was. So what was that?
PBS, KCOS right here in El Paso. About maybe 10 to 15 years ago, I was a guitarist on a TV show for kids called Blast Beyond.
I have to look that up.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. You guys could check it out. We're wearing space suits. We're in space. The host was the guy that does the weather on News Channel 9, Robert Bennett.
Yes. But Mike's someone I looked up to. So
Mike
cool.
and I still have Ooh La La playing the funk disco hits here in town, and Daniel Becker on bass from the TV show. He and I work with a local jazz artist named Frank Zona.
Okay, so real quick on the local scene, you play with a bunch of different people. Shout out to those bands and
shout out to Ooh La La. Shout out to Frank Zona Quartet.
Okay,
people. Shout out to Radio La Chusma.
Ernie. He built this place. By the way.
He did a good job too.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ernie.
We're here to talk about something, and if we don't, Louie's gonna get mad over this.
So there was a club up the road, the Velvet Rose.
Okay.
They had a jazz night every Thursday, and Louis Jade was the band leader. It was kind of like a jazz jam night, and so he contracted me. I played with him there, and Daniel Becker from the TV show, my other buddy on bass, and a bunch of horn players. He's developed into he's an amazing drummer, but he really discovered songwriting.
Okay.
And so he started writing this tune, and in the process he started a record company called eMergeEntRecords. They're on Instagram, they're on YouTube. Louis calls me up, hey man, help me out. You got a bridge, you got some music? He had already started writing some music. He had some great beats. He had a bass line, and he had lyrics. We started throwing ideas at each other, and little by little, we'd meet at Louis' place. It's called Matamoros Studios, and we did some demos, and we threw down a copyright, and all of a sudden, me and him are songwriting collaborators. So that's the title of our first official collaboration, and released through his company. He started eMerge Records. The hope is that worldwide distribution. The hope is that somebody on the planet will see it,
right,
and go check it out and have a use for it. Maybe in a film, maybe in a commercial. I would describe it Soulfly. Louis, I'm quoting Louis here. Louis says that the idea was based on everything that's kind of happened in his life up to this point, and the message being is that to let your soul fly, that no matter what you're doing, it's inspirational. So I'd label it as like inspirational groove, funk, world beat.
Now
to go with the world.
Yeah, no kidding. I've heard the song and I have it, and it'll be playing in the background. There's an incredible singer. Who is that?
Oh man, there's incredible musicians all over this. First and foremost, Louis and I, well, he already knew Miss Autumn Robinson. He said, man, you got to check her out. Just come on down. And I met her when she was doing the vocal in the studio. We had already done the music. And a really talented young lady. I know she sings jazz around town with various combos and stuff. So Autumn Robinson, ladies and gentlemen, check her out on Instagram. She is the voice of the song. Louis Jade, also known as Louis Speaking Eagle to those of us here in El Paso and Juarez. He's a Zapotec. He's native, and he's a ceremonial master. And so his work in that area has led him north to Albuquerque on occasion to do ceremonies and stuff up there. So some of his homies from Albuquerque, two of them are some of the musicians on this, and they are Howard Cloud from Albuquerque, New Mexico. He's the bassist, laying it down on Soulfly, and on keyboards, it's Phil Benavides, also known as Philly B. He does some really great Hammond organ and some other.
It's a really good song. I'm not just saying that because you're my friend.
And of course, Louis playing the drums, and I overdubbed a bunch of guitars, and we have some other compositions that we're working on. Louis always got some bass lines and lyrics going, and my thing is I like to do the harmonies and the bridges and chord progressions and the grooves. I would label this song and what we're trying to put forth as uplift funk.
I agree with that. Yeah, it's a feel good song. Yeah, it's not for a downer day. It's for, okay, what do I got going on, and I feel good, and I thought it was great.
And Louis in that time, he was part of Tormenta.
Yes,
they were one of the first Latino bands assigned to Capitol.
Yes.
He was part of that, like in the early 90s. We're good. We're just having a good time here, drinking some of the Vietnamese cold brew.
I think they made me the new cucumber lemonade or something like that. I think that's what I'm drinking.
It's hot in El Paso right now, ladies and gentlemen. It's June the 1st, and it's already like pushing 100. So if you're out and about by UTEP, stop by 2500 North Mesa and get a Vietnamese cold brew.
See, here's what's cool. I always forget to plug our stuff in because I like the interviews, but I always forget to like mention it or whatever. But so thank you. I had to have them on more often. So other than that, now then
you can reach out, download Soulfly.
Yeah.
You can also download. I have an instrumental album called. You can Google Adrian Esparza Guitars in Color.
But from Worldbobaandcoffee and Take 5, Mr. Adrian.
Mr. Ruben, thank you.
It's good to see you, man.
Good to see you,
your mom,
brother.
too.
I will. You too.
Very cool, man. All right, guys. Have a good one.